So just notice how you transition. If you close your eyes or come into your posture, just seeing if you can bring some gentleness, a sense of ease in the transition, letting it be gentle and fluid. You might take a deep breath or two, or roll your shoulders. And seeing if you can relax some of the muscles in your body. So starting with the face, softening the muscles in your eyes, your eyebrows, the cheeks and jaw, softening your neck and shoulders, and just slowly letting your attention pass down through the rest of your body. Just notice anywhere where there's some tightness or tension, and see what happens when you bring awareness there. Can there be a little bit of softening, relaxation, or release? We're not trying to force anything. Just gently inviting a sense of opening or relaxing in the body. And so you might notice the places where your body touches the ground, your feet or knees on the floor, the chair, the cushion beneath you. Now just see if you can let that steady contact with the ground register. Just kind of touching into the sense of something stable, solid, and deep, that can hold us, that can receive us. What would it be like to let all of your muscles and tissues be held by the earth? Just a simple invitation to arrive and rest right here and now. As Thich Nhat Hanh used to say, I have arrived. I'm home. In the here and in the now. So this practice of arriving in the now. And we can think about meditation practice as a practice of generosity. So we give ourselves the gift of some time and space to just be. And as with any act of giving a gift, receiving a gift, there can be a quality of joy, of appreciation and gratitude. So just inviting, just from the very beginning here, this possibility of connecting with a thread of joy, just in having the time, the conditions to sit, recline, be still, and meditate. Also, perhaps taking a few moments to just reflect not only on the gift of this time, the choice that we've each made to be here together tonight, but also the gift of these teachings. That we have this opportunity to learn and to practice this ancient tradition that's come down to us through the generations, passed from teacher to student over more than 2 millennia. What a treasure to be connected to this powerful ancient lineage of awakening and liberation. What a precious gift to have found these teachings in the thicket and tangle of ideas and views in the world. So again, if this speaks to your heart, just allowing yourself to reflect and be nourished by this opportunity as a way of bringing some lightness and joy into the heart. So whenever we meditate, there's what we're doing, the technique or practice we're using, and then there's how we're doing it. It's the tool, and then how we're holding the tool. How tight is the grip? How much force or pressure are you using? And so the tools and techniques of meditation are intended to be held very lightly, very delicately. It's meant to be flexible and responsive. We're learning how to become more aware and deeply in touch with the natural unfolding of our experience. So the more we try to force or control things, the more we lose touch with what's happening naturally. So of course, one of the most common and tested meditation techniques is using an anchor like the breath, like the body, or even the experience of hearing as a way to start to steady your attention, just to stabilize and gather our resources. But even this is meant to be done in a way that's intelligent and flexible. So just listening for what's needed right now for you. How are you doing right now? And what supports you to be here in a relaxed and open way. And so if you choose to let your attention begin to settle with something like your breathing or the sounds around you, just slowly taking an interest in that experience. We're not trying to block anything out or control what's happening. We're just getting more and more clear about what we're paying attention to. It's like having a conversation with a good friend in a noisy cafe. You just listen really intently to what they're saying, and you focus all of your attention on their face, their expressions, and what they're saying. So all of the thoughts, the noise, the different plans and reactions and moods inside can start to fade into the background as we get more and more clearly interested in, say, just feeling one breath, or just hearing the music of our life, the sounds that come and go. And of course, it's natural for the attention to drift or wander. But just as we don't waste any time or energy, if we're in that cafe with a friend, worrying about the fact that we got distracted, we just come right back to listening and connecting. In the same way, if you notice that your attention wandered, you're lost in some thought or story, there's no need to worry, make a problem out of it. We wake up and immediately just allow ourselves to come back to being interested in the moment. Here we are. And so at some point, if you like, you can start to widen the focus of your attention from your anchor, whether that's the breath, the body, or sounds, to include the rest of your experience. So it's like pausing the conversation with our friend and just starting to take in the whole cafe, and you just notice what else is happening. Different sensations, images or thoughts. And so we listen, we see what's needed. Is there something that's calling your attention? An ache or a tight place in your body that really wants to be attended to, or some feeling or emotion that's been lingering from the day that's crying out to be held and felt. So if there is something that feels strong and predominant, then that becomes the new focus. You let everything else be in the background and just begin to make space for this experience, whether it's a sensation, an emotion, an overall mood. And like a good friend, just listening with kindness and patience. How is this? What does this need? Well, sometimes there's nothing particular that's up. No strong sensations or feelings, thoughts or moods that are pulling or calling our attention. And so we can just rest and watch the show. Just feeling and experiencing the flow of sensations, thoughts, and sounds as they come and go. It's like people watching in that cafe. You just observe everyone and everything that comes by. You watch it arise and let it pass. And if at any point things start to feel confusing, frustrating, overwhelming, you're getting lost, then you just come back to your friend. Just come back to home base and you settle and rest there. This is Vipassana practice. So we gather the attention, we settle and collect, and then we open. We open and explore. We meet life as it is on its own terms, letting the heart learn through experience. We can notice the places where we get stuck, where we get caught trying to control something, resisting it, wishing it were otherwise, holding on tightly. And instead of making ourselves wrong, trying to add more force and control on top of the reactivity that's already arising, we learn to allow the process to teach us. So feel what it's like to get stuck. Feel what it's like to grab hold or resist. The heart has to get familiar, intimately familiar with the pain of holding on, to appreciate the openness of letting go. And then in your own time, if you like, just taking a step back inside and see if you can appreciate the effort you've brought forward meditating. So instead of trying to evaluate how well we did, if it was a good meditation or not, or seeing how we feel, if we feel better or happier. Instead, focusing on the sincerity of your own effort. You're still here. You didn't change your mind and get up to go make dinner or turn on the TV. So just appreciating the goodness, all of the qualities of patience, sincerity, interest, energy that are cultivated when we meditate.